Hello. In this video I'm going to work through how a site administrator can set up a swim meet and then have parents enter their children in the meet, as well as have your coaches enter swimmers into the meet for you. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to log in as an administrator. And the first thing we have to do after we're logged in is set up the swim meet. I've already got some set up, so I'm going to actually uh, edit an existing one, but here I am on the swim meets page, and I could hit add new, but instead I'm just going to go to an existing meet and edit. Okay? And the key things for setting up a swim meet is the meet info area, and one of the most important things is to pick the right template from your drop down. Okay? And then once you've picked your template, you can set up a deadline if you like. You can lock your parents out if you like, those types of things. And once you're done, you can hit save. Okay. Then once you've saved it, on the swim meets page, and let's go back to the main page, show all the swim meets, you'll see the different icons available. These are available to your parents. You can click the online meet entry, volunteer, RSVP. I'm going to actually go to the site console. You can access the same form that your parents access, but from the site console. So I'm going to take us there and show you how that works. So let's go to the site console, and then we're going to click the Meet Management section. And then from there we've got Meet Entry activities, and I'm going to select the meet. First of all, I'm going to select the June 7th meet, and then I'm going to show you a couple of meet entry forms for individual events. Let's start with the meet entry by swimmer. And on this, in this situation, what you're going to be doing is selecting the swimmer from the drop-down, and then adding events to that swimmer. You can see that the red items, that the numbers after them indicate swimmers that are already signed up for events. That's what that's for. Let's go ahead and take a look at Catherine Waldis. And once you select her, it's going to show her age and gender. And then if you click Add Entry, it's going to show the events that she can swim. Unfortunately, I can't show you the swim-up opportunities. You would click Show All Events. And if she was, say, a 13-14, it would also then show the 15-18. But obviously, 15-18 can't swim up because they're in the highest age group already. And then you just simply click the events. The 100 free is event 3, 100 free, she's got no time. For the 50 free, she's got a converted time. That's what the asterisk is. And then let's select 50 fly. If I close that. Now, note one thing, that you can override a time. So if a time is required, you can override it. It's not that simple because this has to be a non-official time, an actual time that was recorded in a mock meet or a time trial that the coach, that the team performed. But you can override it and say, let's say for her 100 free, she's at a 1:15:83. Okay. Once you're done setting up your events, you can hit save. If for any reason you notice that you've made a mistake, let's say the 50 free is not what you wanted her to swim, you can delete it, and then hit add entry, and let's pick 50 backstroke instead, and then we'll hit save. Again, and now Catherine's done, and you can see that she's got that 3 next to her name. Okay, if I needed to, I could select the next swimmer, let's say Parker, and it'll again show me their age, gender, allow me to pick events for that person. Again, this time I can see the swim ups, so you can see the 15-18 events now for that person. And again, you can select your events, hit save, continue. Okay, that is the meet entry by swimmer. Now, coaches might choose to use the meet entry by event, which will move much more quickly for entering lots of kids into lots of events. So let's click there. And first thing you've got to do here is pick an age group and gender you're going to work with. So let's go with 6 and under girls. And go ahead and hit refresh to pull those events back. Notice that you can look at this in any course you want. It's really irrelevant as to how you record the times. It's going to do your standard conversions. And once you export this for Meet Manager, say, Meet Manager will do any conversions that it needs to do. So you can really look at this in any course and enter it in any course. It won't matter. So these are all the 600 girls that are eligible to swim. And if I want to put them all on the 25 free, I'm just going to say add all swimmers to this event. And boom, they're saved. There's no save button on this form. They're done. Let's say you wanted to remove Megan for whatever reason. Maybe she's not going to be there. You can click the X, and it will move Megan out. Same thing on the 25 back. We can enter them one by one, if you like, or we can enter them en masse. Note, too, that you can override times here. So if I wanted to, I can cross out the NT, if you will, and put in the 29.81, and then click on the plus, and it's going to move it over. Notice that it's in red, which actually means that it's been overridden. Okay? And that's it. And then you can move on to the next age group. Let's say we'll go to the boys, refresh, and we can start entering boys into the meet. Finally, there's the relay entry. And here, what we're going to do is select the relay first. So in this case, let's select, let's select, I don't know, 9, 10 girls, 100 medley relay. And I've already saved some items here. I'm going to actually remove them so that we can do it, so I can show you how to add a brand new relay. But now you're getting to see the benefit of how to how to delete a relay. You can delete swimmers individually like that. Let's say, oh, right, okay. So if I want to, if I have a bunch of times in the system already, I can just hit auto, and it will, oh boy. There we go. I'm sorry, if I hit auto, it'll put the 4 fastest times in to create the fastest combined time among all swimmers. If I wanted to add a B relay and run auto again, it'll do that. But in this case, there's not enough swimmers with times, and so it cannot figure out what the second fastest relay would be. But what I can do is add swimmers manually, so I'll hit add entry, and here are my swimmers that are remaining. And I can pick them in any order I like, so I could pick the backstroker first, and then let's say I want a breaststroker next, and I think Abigail's pretty good. This is a really fast freestyler, Jessie, so I'll take her. And then let's pick a butterflyer. Let's pick Caroline. Okay. So it'll drop them in here in the right order, back, breast, fly, free, in the way you selected them. You can also override individual times here so that you can get a complete seed time for this group. So once you have 4 times, the seed time will automatically calculate. I can move swimmers up and down in here. So if I say wanted to have Madison swim the fly instead, I can move her up. And now Madison's the fly. Unfortunately, she has no time in the fly, so that's why that happened. Moving that swimmer up also moved that person whose spot she took down. However, I can just remove Karen if I like and pick a 4th swimmer. Let's say I'm going to pick, well, Tabitha. And it'll go ahead and set up my time. Now, Madison didn't have a fly time, and that's why it's no time, but I can enter a time for her. Let's say she's a super fast flyer at 16:87, and I have a time. I hit save, and I've got my 2 relays. After you've done all your entries, there's a few reports that you can look at. There's meet entry details, which will show all of the swimmers in all of your events in alphabetical order. There's also the summary meet entry, which is a little nicer in the sense that it combines several events for each swimmer on one line, so you can see it that way. Okay, and then finally, to export the meet entries, if you want to import them into Meet Manager and merge them with your opposing team, you can click the Export Meet Entries button, and it will create the SD3 file. And we'll do another video on how to import that file into Meet Manager. And that's it for this video. Thank you.